Red is supposed to mean one thing in the rainforest: don't touch. In the humid understory, flashes of crimson and ember orange glow against the green like living warning signs. For most predators, that color is enough. It signals defensive alkaloid compounds stored in delicate, specialized toxin-secreting glands, chemicals potent enough to sicken or even kill an unwary attacker. Bright red is not decoration. It is a declaration, but not every hunter obeys the warning. Sliding silently through leaf litter, a toxin-resistant forest snake moves with calm precision. Unlike birds and mammals that recoil from the frog's skin, this serpent carries a rare advantage: resistance. The toxins that protect the frog's body barely register in its bloodstream. What deters others becomes irrelevant. The frog senses the shift in vibrations. There is no burrow nearby, no dense cover within reach. Running would trigger pursuit. Fighting would be futile. So it chooses stillness. Limbs tighten. Breathing slows. The brilliant body that once shouted danger becomes motionless against mottled leaves. In a world where color screams and movement betrays, survival now depends on silence. In the rainforest, even poison has limits. And sometimes, the only defense left is not to move at all. Stillness may save him for a moment. But survival in this rainforest demands more than avoiding a strike. When danger passes, the male poison dart frog begins a different mission. Clinging to his back are tiny, newly hatched developing larvae, each no larger than a grain of rice. The forest floor is too unpredictable, too crowded with predators and flooding rains. Water is everywhere in the jungle, yet safe water is rare, so he climbs. Tree trunks rising nearly 130 feet become vertical highways. With careful, deliberate movements, he ascends toward the canopy, searching for water-holding bromeliads plants, whose layered leaves form canopy water reservoirs. In their tight green spirals, rainwater gathers into small, elevated rainforest nurseries. High above the ground, these pockets of water offer isolation from many threats below. One by one, he deposits each tadpole into its own watery chamber. But water alone is not enough. The female returns periodically, laying trophic eggs into the pool. These nutrient-rich offerings become the sole food source for the growing young. The toxins that make the adults so feared come from their diet of alkaloid-rich insects stored within specialized toxin-secreting glands. High in the canopy, chemistry, elevation, and parental devotion combine, turning fragile life into something far more resilient. High in the canopy, the bromeliad pools seem like sanctuaries. Suspended above the forest floor, each tiny reservoir cradles a single tadpole, fed and guarded by careful parents. But elevation does not mean safety. It only changes the direction from which danger comes. Canopy orb weaver spiders stretch patient webs between leaves, their vibrations tuned to the slightest disturbance. A visiting parent can become entangled in silk. A restless tadpole near the surface may attract attention from probing legs testing the water's edge. Below, snakes move through branches with the same quiet precision seen on the forest floor, immune to toxins and guided by heat and motion. And then there is the rain. In the tropics, tropical downpours do not fall gently. Sheets of water hammer the canopy, soaking bark and saturating soil around the roots. As trunks grow heavier and the ground loosens, even rainforest canopy giants can tilt and collapse. When that happens, the delicate pools are overturned. Developing larvae spill from their suspended nurseries, exposed to air, predators, and gravity. In this rainforest, refuge is temporary. Every height carries risk. Every shelter can become a trap. Survival remains uncertain, even above the ground. When tropical downpours pass and broken branches settle, another strategy unfolds beneath the leaves. Not every frog in this rainforest carries chemical defenses. Some lack the potent alkaloids that make poison dart frogs untouchable. For them, survival depends not on toxicity, but on vigilance. On a low-hanging leaf above a shaded stream, a small male guards a cluster of translucent egg clusters. He has no bright warning colors, no stored poison in his skin. His body is barely larger than a coin, yet he refuses to abandon his post. Snails creep closer, drawn to the soft, nutrient-rich capsules. Parasitic egg-hunting wasps patrol the understory, specialists in locating exposed eggs. When a threat approaches, the father lunges with surprising force, pushing, kicking, and grappling with intruders many times his weight. Each confrontation drains energy, but retreat would mean certain loss. Inside the transparent spheres, cells divide rapidly. Unlike many amphibians, this species skips the free-swimming tadpole stage entirely. Nourished by a dense yolk supply, the embryos develop directly into miniature frogs. By the time they emerge, they are fully formed, ready to climb and cling. Here, adaptation takes a different path, less chemistry, more endurance. In a forest defined by risk, protection sometimes means standing your ground until the next generation can stand on its own. While some fathers fight in plain sight, others rely on disappearance. Along fast-moving forest streams, the translucent glass frog chooses a different defense. Perched on the underside of a broad leaf, his body appears almost unreal. Lime green bones, a faint outline of organs, and a beating heart are visible through semi-transparent skin adaptation. From above, he blends seamlessly with the leaf's surface. From below, he is nearly invisible against filtered light. Transparency becomes camouflage. Beneath him clings a cluster of clear eggs, suspended like droplets of rain. He guards them alone. The female has long since departed, leaving the male to monitor moisture, fend off intruders, and remain alert through the night. Parasitic egg-hunting wasps are the greatest threat. They specialize in locating exposed eggs, slicing through membranes with surgical precision. When one approaches, the frog shifts position, lowering his body over the clutch. Sometimes he even exposes himself deliberately, drawing attention away from the developing embryos. A single sting could be fatal, yet he holds his ground. Inside the eggs, the developing larvae sense vibrations. If a predator breaches the cluster, they can hatch prematurely, dropping into the stream below to escape. In this forest, survival is not only about strength or poison, but about timing, sacrifice, and vanishing at exactly the right moment. When the last of the parasitic egg-hunting wasps retreat and the river swells with fresh runoff, the rainforest shifts into another rhythm. Thunder rolls across the canopy. Warm rain falls in sheets. For many frogs, this is the signal they have been waiting for. Peak rainy season breeding begins. Males emerge from bark crevices and leaf litter, their calls rising into the damp night air. Each note is a declaration of territory and fitness. The forest, once scattered with solitary guardians, becomes a chorus of competing voices. Females move carefully through the foliage, assessing strength, stamina, and position. Competition is immediate. When a female pauses on a broad leaf above a stream, multiple males converge. They jostle and cling, each attempting to secure the amplexus that ensures fertilization. The struggle is brief but intense. Only one maintains his hold. Once paired, the female deposits a cluster of translucent egg clusters on the leaf's surface. The location is deliberate high enough to avoid aquatic predators, yet directly above moving water. As embryos develop, gravity becomes an ally. When the eggs hatch days later, the tiny developing larvae drop straight into the stream below. In this rainforest, reproduction is synchronized with rain, competition, and precision placement. Timing the storm can mean the difference between extinction and renewal. In the rainforest, survival is shaped by precision poison, camouflage, timing, and instinct. Every frog here survives by adapting exactly to its world. If you want to keep exploring the science and hidden strategies of wildlife, subscribe and join us in the wild.